So it's basically a full day after the Iowa caucuses have ended, and we still don't know exactly who is going to win, what the percentage is going to look like, who's going to end up with the most delegates. Right now, 62% of the caucus results have been made available, and it's kind of interesting. So Bernie actually has more actual support in terms of voters, but Pete Buttigieg has more delegates, and that's just kind of wonky. It's kind of like, in 2016 when Donald Trump won the Electoral College, but he lost in the popular vote to Hillary Clinton. This is from Common Dreams. The Iowa Democratic Party released about 62% of its official caucus results on Tuesday evening, which showed Senator Sanders leading the count in the popular vote, while former South Bend, Indiana Mayor Buttigieg holds a slight advantage in the state delegates. Based on the incomplete tabulation, Sanders received 1,190 more votes than Buttigieg, but due to Iowa's caucus rules, Buttigieg received 25 more state delegates, 363 to 338, as certain rural areas were weighted more heavily and allowed him to nibble into Sanders' lead. Why is that the case? Why would rural areas be weighted more heavily? They tend to be the least populous areas of our country, so it wouldn't make sense that you would give those more weight over, say, a more suburban or metropolitan area that has a higher population density. That doesn't make sense. And just the whole, like, the caucus thing, and if you have more support, you should get more of the delegates. That just seems very undemocratic, and they're supposed to be the Democrat Party, but it's like I said, just get rid of the caucus, let's do a primary vote, and then ranked choice voting. If your first choice doesn't win, the votes go to that. Solves all of these issues, and we're not having to, speculate about when these results are going to come out. And it's just a very bad look on the, Democratic Party that they're not able to, have a freaking caucus go through smoothly. It's pretty disgusting. So Pete 363, Bernie 338. Again, he had almost 1,200 more people supporting him than Buttigieg, but he still ends up with, what is that? A little less than, it's like 25 less delegates. Elizabeth Warren 246, Biden 210, Klobuchar 170, Yang 14. Glenn Greenwald. Since the Democrats believe that it's the popular vote that matters, this means Bernie is winning, right? I know. Yeah. Again, make how does that make sense from a logical or rational perspective? You have over 1,200 more people supporting you. You should have the equivalent amount more delegates than Pete Buttigieg. That is just so freaking ridiculous. The system's so just nuts and antiquated. They need to rip it up. Start with just the primary. Your first choice doesn't win. Set up ranked choice voting. As the New York Times explained, each voting precinct awards state delegate equivalents to the candidates in a rough proportion to their vote share. The candidate with the most state delegate equivalents has traditionally been the winner of the Iowa caucuses. We hit a stumbling block in the back of the end of the reporting of the data, said Iowa Democratic Party Chair Toby Troy Price, and I believe he is connected or was connected with the Hillary Clinton team or campaign in 2016. But I want you to know the data is accurate, though Toby said. I don't know if people are going to believe that, especially with how long it's taking. The results were not announced Monday after a series of irregularities surfaced with a reporting app designed by tech company Shadow Inc., a company aligned with establishment Democrats and owned by nonprofit Democratic strategy firm Acronym. The IDP contracted the firm despite never testing the app and misgivings from the Department of Homeland Security over security. And why would you just, again, it's just, because they're connected with these Democratic establishment types, go develop this app for the Iowa caucus. We're not going to test it at all. I'm sure everything's going to work out. You have our best interest in mind. These are the type of just just party hacks, that just are part and parcel of the Democratic establishment. And then Jeff Weaver, here's Jeff Weaver, absent any word from IDP releasing more internal numbers. Bernie won guys with 60% reporting, Bernie at 29, Buttigieg a little under 25, Warren 20, Joe 12. And so these would be much better numbers because Joe Biden's doing even worse. And obviously, Bernie has more percent there too, but he just ridiculous. Again, how do you expect people to trust a system where somebody gets more votes but they end up with less delegates? It's the same issue a lot of people have with the Electoral College. According to ABC Politics reporter Kendall Carson, the Democratic National Committee may be about to step in. Well, quote, one Democratic official I spoke to is being told that the DNC is taking over the accounting of results, said Carson. The official said that to their knowledge, this has never happened before. I don't necessarily have any more faith in the Democratic National Committee running a above board, election or caucus or vote recount, whatever you want to call it. I mean, look what they did to Bernie in 2016. So that doesn't really alleviate my fears at all if the DNC is going to come in. But I mean, this is ridiculous. We're a day out. We still don't know what the final tally is going to be as far as votes or delegate count, and just a horrible bad look for the Democratic Party, the Democratic establishment. Obviously not, blaming the people that participated in the caucuses, but I mean, this is just, ridiculous. And again, just a horrible look. Horrible look. Get your shit together. Get your shit together. Peace. Share your thoughts in the comment sections down below.